The Healing Power of Water, Part 2. Hi, it's Dr. Ruth, the Pain Doc, founder and medical director of Chronic Pain Rescue, a telehealth practice. We're partnering with you to take you from chronic pain to pain-free. So I started this previously, part 1 of The Healing Power of Water. We talked mostly about water in our bodies, as well as somewhat of being in water and the benefits of that. But here we're going to talk about some other ways that water is beneficial to us. And even this is not complete, but I did reference where I got most of this material is from Annabelle Street's book, 52 Ways to Walk. I think it's just so wonderful, all the research that she put into creating this book. So just to recap, on the first section, we talked about the benefits of drinking water, having enough, being well hydrated. It helps our metabolism, helps regulate blood pressure, temperature, flushes out toxins, helps us lose weight. And being in water, we'll talk about some more in this talk today. But we're going to talk about, what about just walking along a river? Walking beside a river actually has interesting benefits to our health. Walking in rain, increased moisture. The increased moisture and the pounding of raindrops into the ground releases compounds into the air, which increase our sense of well-being. And it also increases our sense of smell. I know you're well aware after the rain, that smell of fresh soil and just the cleanness you sense from after the rain. So it heightens our sense of smell. It washes away the pollutants that are in the air, so the air is cleaner. It increases the negative ion count in the air, and this is going to improve our cognition. It improves our relaxation and our mood. It improves our health, our cognitive performance, and our longevity. So that's about walking in the rain. Following a river, there's studies of blue spaces, areas where water is versus green spaces. The studies about green spaces is much more extensive, but they are studying blue spaces as well. And it is seen that our moods are enhanced when people are walking along a river. Perhaps it's the sound of the water, the light reflecting against the water, maybe just being physically near a body of water, the kind of primate, thought, potential, deep down recognition of being near a water source, food source with fish. Maybe those are comforting to our lower minds and helps to reduce stress. Walking by a waterfall, walking among ions. The negative air ions are lighter and smaller. So positive ions, when waterfalls, water crashes, positive ions are heavier and larger and they will stay down. But the negative ions are lighter and smaller, and they stay airborne. And exposure to waterfalls improves mood and health. There was a study done with asthmatic children where they were exposed to a waterfall 1 hour per day, and that caused the strengthening of their lungs, improved their immunity, and reduce their inflammation and reduce their symptoms. In adults, a study in Austria where they took 90 stressed care workers and divided them into 3 groups. It was a hiking study. So 2 of the 3 groups hiked. The third one was a control. They didn't hike. But the first group, during their hike, they spent an hour of their day hiking by a waterfall. And the second group hiked every day away from a waterfall. The third group, as I said, no hiking involved. They were the control. After 1 week, both hiking groups noted decrease in heart rate, decrease in stress. But the waterfall group, the group that hiked by the waterfall for an hour, had an even greater amount of stress reduction, increase in lung capacity, and increase in immunity greater than the other 2 groups. Walking beside the sea, or just being by the sea. A 2019 study of 26,000 people living along England's coastline were studied, and they found that they felt happier and had better mental health than people who lived inland, especially those among the lower socioeconomic households. In New Zealand, a study where the sea trumped every other living environment in terms of people's sense of well-being and happiness. A study in Ireland with elderly people who had a sea view noted that these people had less depression. We would wonder why. Professor Douglas Kendrick feels or hypothesizes, states that the constant overstimulation and mental clutter that our current society involves, and our brains are overstimulated, don't get that opportunity to rest and recover. It gets into overdrive and heightened stress levels that aren't able to come down. So the brain needs recovery time. It needs time to rest and replenish. And being by the sea provides a natural restorative environment. It's most effective because this environment has just a little bit of interest. There's a little bit of interest, a little bit of continuity with the moving in and out of the waves, so that it's interesting and novel, simultaneously relaxing. So it's a regularity with monotony, or a familiarity without boredom. There are other hypotheses for why people have a greater sense of well-being by the sea, just the ebb and flow of the ocean waves, or the theory of biophilia, which was mentioned in the Walking by the River, just the idea that being a source of water, source of food, primal level, would be comforting and causing our systems to feel healthy. Or also another theory is that being near omega-3 fatty acids, which is omega-3 fatty acids play a pivotal role in the formation of our brain development, and there's somehow on a deep level our systems know this, to know that we're primordially out of the water, and have a sense of connection and well-being with that. To be honest, I think that the idea of being near something that is stimulating yet relaxing, to me, that resonates more as a reason that the sea is so healing to our senses. Environmental psychologist Dr. Lewis Elliott, states that its best chance of benefiting from being by the sea is to visit the sea twice a week, or at least for 2 hours per week, and this would cause good general and mental health. And lastly, walking in water, which, as I said, we kind of talked about in part 1, that was exercising in water, but walking in water is a similar activity. It liberates the body from the effects of gravity because of the buoyancy, strengthens muscles, burns calories without causing aggravation to our bones and joints. It's great for pregnant women, people who are frail, people with osteoarthritis, osteoporosis, or recovering from injuries. Water walking helps people with hip osteoarthritis, knee osteoarthritis, chronic low back pain, and spinal injuries. There was a 12-week study of water walking, helping people with lumbar spinal stenosis recover muscle and balance. Water provides resistance 12 to 14 times that walking on land. Muscles are built up, and muscle tone is increased or improved. There was one study of water walking where the heart rate was increased more than with land walking. And another study with deconditioned women found that water walking caused decrease in blood pressure more so than in walking on land. Water walking increases balance, especially in the sea where there's shifting sands, and that's more challenging. It increases flexibility and range of motion, and it's safe. You just can't fall down in the water and hurt yourself. It improves mood. People with fibromyalgia reported decreased stiffness, improved cardiovascular health, as well as a greater quality of life because they had deeper sleep, decreased anxiety, and decreased depression. So that's all I had to share with you today on that subject. Listen, we're going to be having in a month's time, if you are in the Southern California area, you're welcome to join us. We're going to have an aqua therapy session on Wednesday, June 14th from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. It is, unfortunately, you have to be there, but if you can, you're welcome to join us. Just check out on social media posts so that you can see where to sign up, or go to Eventbrite. Until next time, peace and blessings.